back to Radio Taiwan International. You're listening to Geek Out. What's your cup of tea, tickles your fancy, or floats your boat? Join us as we share passions from people in Taiwan and around the world. I'm your host, Michelle Chang, and today in the studio we have Bethany Lin. What are we geeking out about today?
Well, we can talk about a lot of things. I have too many hobbies, or we can talk about the source of that, which is probably my ADHD.
Yay! I would love to bring more focus to neurodiversity because not everyone is cut from exactly the same cookie cutter cloth shaped thing, however you want, whatever analogy you want to make. We're all very, very different, in my opinion. And it's cool to talk about it. Guys, I got some swag from Bethany. There's there's a coloring book that she uses to teach because you tutor.
Yep.
And you also have is it just
Candle company?
Candle company.
Well, kind of. I mean, I started out with knitting, and then I sewed some coffee filters because I ran out of them one day. And then I was like, well, I'm going to make these pretty and see if anyone else wants them, which they didn't sell. So then I started selling candles because those always sell.
Oh, candles always sell.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, so I actually, I'm on the other end of the spectrum where I tend to hyper fixate on one thing for a very, very long time. So I'm going to say some flavor, although I've never actually been diagnosed with an OCD, but probably along those lines.
My husband probably has that. Yeah. We're a little opposite.
You know, when it comes to relationships, I've never thought that two people who are the same should ever get together.
Yeah. I at one point I was there was a consideration for a man who was way too similar to me, and I was like, this is not going to work. We're going to obsess about the same things and kind of drive each other crazy.
There's going to be times where it's crazy awesome. Yeah. And then also times where it's really, really not.
Yeah, we still drive each other crazy, my husband and me. Yeah, definitely.
But opposites attract.
Yeah,
opposites
we're opposite.
And kind of balance each other out. It's the same with my husband and myself. He is super chill where I am very obsessive, focused on something. He will help chill me out. Yeah, so it works out nicely.
Is he really relaxed about everything though?
Everything.
Okay, so it's really weird with my husband and me. I remember when I was dating, this is more than 10 years ago now, because we met in 2015, so it's been 10 years. But
congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, well, we haven't been married that much time, but yeah. But I remember there were these guys, and I thought that I should get along with them because I have anxiety with the ADHD, and I was thinking that they're so relaxed, but they drive me nuts because they're so relaxed. And then I met Chad, and I was like, there's just for example, when we wash dishes, I know this is so boring, but when you get married, dishes are a big deal.
Yeah.
And he needs to sit and wash 10 cups for probably 30 minutes. And I'm I'm done. Get out of the kitchen. Stop. and he's like, they're not clean. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. Let me just watch that one again and not all of them again. He'll get obsessive about that, but then I don't care at all.
But it's not boring. I don't think it's boring because everybody's daily life, you live it daily. It's important. And then if you are living with a partner or more people in the house, then the way that you work out your household routine is really important to mental health. Just saying. So, but your ADHD has given you many different hobbies.
Yes. So I learned how to knit when I was 7.5.
Okay.
I have a picture sitting on my grandma's lap.
Oh, that's super cute. Your grandma
I was small enough still. Yeah. It's so cool. It's such a fun photo and story to tell. So then I've been knitting over 20 years now.
I learned.
No, 30 years. Dude.
Yeah.
Almost 30 years.
Time flies.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started.
But I haven't really I still can't read a pattern. I just make everything up as I go. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My friend taught me to read patterns.
I can write a pattern. I just can't read them. I'll end up with something really weird.
That's really cool though, because it's kind of like musicians. If you're, say, take the piano, right? There's people who are taught to read music and to reproduce somebody else's music by
and
reading
listen
it.
And play it. Yep.
And then there's people who are taught to freeform on a piano, write their own music.
Yeah.
And I've always been jealous of people who could freeform.
Yeah, because my daughter's 4 right now, and I was homeschooled all the way through high school.
Oh, wow.
Another random thing, which is why we didn't know I had ADHD because there was only a few of us at home.
Yeah.
So basically I'm in a special ed classroom at home with my 3 brothers who are way younger and less developed. So we're all kind of helping each other and being weird. But anyway, so college is when I got kind of diagnosed. I started to wonder because I'm like, everyone else seems okay with these situations.
That's when you're
and I'm not
in a group with a whole bunch of peers, right?
And I was like, I don't compare. Like, I'm sitting here and I have tuned you guys out after about 10 minutes, and everyone else is like, and I'm like,
right.
I can't. What am I supposed to be writing? Like, I don't know. I don't know what to write.
So your ADHD journey began
after 18.
Yeah, after 18. Like you realizing that maybe you have
I kind of wondered
a differently programmed brain than many others. Well,
the fact that math took me 4 hours every day. And my dad's an engineer.
Okay, I don't have ADHD, and my dad is also an engineer.
Oh, funny. Maybe that's why we're both a little nerdy.
And math also took me hours and hours.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really not a math person.
Well, as I've gotten older, I've realized this too, but like if you go to regular school, you have a math teacher. And when I went to college math, it made so much more sense because I had a teacher. So in homeschooling, you read about it. Which, like, who can read a math, like, book and understand? I don't know. If people can do that, I think you're amazing. I can't.
I don't think you'll learn math that way.
Yes, yeah.
You're just supposed to do exercises.
But we didn't have computers until I was, like, 8. So then people didn't start selling, like, CD-ROMs of, like, teachers or people.
Programs.
Or DVDs didn't come until I was, like, I mean, at least we didn't have one until I was, like, 12 or 13. I'm dating myself now. Whoops.
I have done that plenty on this
Anyways, the dark ages of my childhood with no technology meant that like I didn't have someone to sit and teach me a math problem.
But someone sat and taught you how to knit.
But that was for a few hours.
Yeah. So your first the first hobby that you still maintain to this day would be knitting, you would say?
Yeah, that would probably be the most useful one. I was very into hobbies like DIY stuff. I remember like Christmas was always beads and yarn and like DIY kits and stuff.
What's like I guess the longest project that you have done and completed?
Longest. I knit a blanket when I was 18. I remember, this is so weird, but you'll love this. I had this giant bag and all these balls of yarn. I was trying to use up all my yarn. So I was 18 and I had so much extra yarn that I just decided I'm going to do one row of each color and make like a weird blanket.
Yeah.
And so I had this huge bag that was so heavy and I would lug it to my brother's basketball games and just be the weirdo on the sidelines knitting.
No, there's lots of us now.
Yeah, now, but like at the time, everyone's like,
what are you doing?
Why aren't you painting your nails or something? And I'm like, even amongst the homeschool kids. Because it was a homeschool basketball team. So we were all weird, but I was really weird.
I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, weird is what makes people interesting.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Yeah, everybody's got different facets. Everybody is weird. And
it helped me focus.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess it's kind of like fidget toy. It's like having your hands occupied. It helps your brain focus elsewhere. Yeah. So after knitting, were there any other hobbies that you remember fondly? Or really not fondly?
Well, I drew a lot. Yeah, which it brings up the coloring.
Yay! Yes, piece of swag that I got was a coloring book, and it can be used for young children, but it is actually all the way up to adults. I think.
Yeah, some of the teachers I've sold it to used it themselves.
Mm-hmm. So. It's detailed enough to be interesting as an adult coloring book, and I think it's really cool.
That was the point, because I actually, well, not that it's cool, but I mean the age range was the point, because I was teaching these kids who were probably like 8 years old plus. The only worksheets for like apple or banana or like, hello or something like that were for 4-year-olds or 5-year-olds. And so I was like,
this is lame.
I want to make something that they would actually, occupy their time with.
And it's a little bit more challenging should they want it to be. Because listeners, if you haven't actually checked out adult coloring books, you should. They're actually very cool. There's a lot of them on the market now. And they're very, very detailed, meaning there's like little patterns. If you really wanted to get intensely focused on your coloring, you can do that with really fine tip, coloring tools.
Yeah.
Or you could just paint that entirely, regardless of its geometric pattern, just green.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and they're kind of meditative when you do them.
I'm quite a snob. I like drawing them, but not actually doing
them. we need that though.
Sorry,
we need somebody to make them.
I probably wouldn't color my coloring book, but I liked making it.
No, we need people who create them so that we can do them. Just
yes, thank God for that. Part of my ADHD is the hyperfocus thing.
Yes,
I've been reading about it recently because I never quite understood how attention deficit hyperactivity somehow would end up being hyper-focused.
Right. It's counterintuitive, the name versus...
It sounds opposite.
Yeah.
But I've been reading about it, and I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one. But then...
So
that explains why I'm hyper-focused on something.
And it also presents very differently in women than in men.
Which, okay, so here's another piece about me. I studied ADHD, basically, because I ended up with special education as a degree.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So that's when I started wondering if I should get tested, because I was reading about how to help these kids. And I'm like, that would work for me.
Wait a minute.
I should do this on me. Why would that work? Wait.
Exactly. Lo and behold.
So, as I was studying my degree, I figured out I should go get somebody to look
evaluation.
at me. Yeah. So I got tested then, but I never took medication until recently as a mom.
Oh.
Because I was afraid I was going to lose my kid.
Oh, no.
Because I'll focus on something and then I'm like, wait, I'm a terrible mom. Where is my child right now?
Oh, no. Hopefully that's never happened.
Well,
like,
they've
really,
been
really
behind
badly.
me, thank God. But so if one parent has ADHD, it's a 50% chance that your kids will have it. So basically 1 out of 2 will have it. Or at least that's how I understood it. And then when we conceived our first child, I was pretty sure he didn't have OCD, that he had ADD. So if there's 2 parents who have some sort of
attention deficit.
Yeah, attention deficit, something. I should say too, my terms are outdated. I don't think there's ADHD anymore. There's just all different kinds of ADD, and I'm out of date.
No worries.
If you're separating the two from the old terms, if you have both parents with one of those, you have a 100% chance or something close to that of your kids having it. So I looked into it and I'm like, oh my goodness, my kids probably are going to have this.
But
and yeah,
you also have the advantage of today's knowledge resource and your own understanding of yourself.
That's true.
In order to help you be a parent.
But that leads my kid to disappear when mom is looking at something. Because mom's hyper-focused and woohoo, I get to do whatever I want. Mom's not paying attention.
Look, I walked off in a mall. I don't have memory of this, but I was told that this happened. My mom is pretty neuronormative. Is that the word?
I don't know. Really, honestly, I've been focused on the other part, so I haven't thought about normal.
No worries. I totally walked off with some other lady, by the way. And I was lost for 2 hours.
Oh my gosh, that's really long.
This was before there was such things as Amber Alerts.
Oh, yeah.
This was in a mall.
Yeah. But wouldn't they call on the loudspeaker?
Yeah, I wasn't
But
listening.
You probably... How old were you?
I was 2.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on. And it's my mom was so freaked out at the end of this. So even neuronormative people lose children. But eventually people are found. And everything works out nicely.
Well, do you want to hear how horrible I was?
You're
so
welcome
this is
to
what
share.
I know my kid's going to be like. But she hasn't... I don't think she's purposefully done this, but I don't know. You know how kids like to push parents' buttons?
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if I wanted to piss off my mom. Can I say that?
Yeah, you could totally say that.
But maybe because, so I was the oldest of 4. So I had 3 little brothers. And my poor mom was just always pregnant when I was a kid. And I must have just really wanted to drive her crazy. Or she wasn't giving me enough attention or something. I would hide from her in the mall. And I remember I ran away from her in our neighborhood too. But because of my ADHD, I was always aware of where she was. I never ever got lost. Never.
Okay.
That
so
I remember.
I guess after the first couple of times that you hid away from your mother, and then you eventually wound up coming back, I think she might have gotten used to it. Hopefully.
I don't know. She's always mad. I remember I got in trouble all the way because then she never knew if it was on purpose or not. I remember one time chasing her through this building, and there was enough stairs that you could lose them for a long time. It was just a small little church, but it had been a school at one point, so there were stairs on both ends. She got so mad at me, and I was like, I wasn't trying to hide. I was trying to. I figured you were on the other side. Anyways, so then now I'm aware of that with my kid, where I'm like, okay, probably she has the same issues as me, and it's probably not on purpose. And I just look her in the eye, and I'm like, are you trying to do this to me or not? If you're not, then. So it's okay, it's forgiven.
So as a tutor or teacher, how much are you thinking about or kind of subconsciously maybe evaluating the kids that you're teaching for?
Oh, yeah. Constantly.
Right? Yeah, I would imagine.
Because everyone, in my experience, everybody has some sort of learning So learning disability, I disagree with that term.
It's just difference.
I think that, to be honest, the more that I studied this stuff, the more I realized that it's probably how we write and communicate that causes these disabilities more than the fact that like this person maybe just was born different. For example, there's no dyslexia in Asia with Chinese. So why would that be? Maybe they have an art brain, because like all of my dyslexic friends are great at art. So maybe that's the way they communicate, and we just don't do that in English or numbers. Because you also have a disability, I forgot what it's called, where you can't organize numbers. So you have the same issue with numbers, the way that we write them.
I might have that with math. Just saying.
So many people.
Right?
So like this is the thing. Like so many people have these issues. So when do we stop calling them a problem and just say like, hey, you're just different, and like maybe you just need a different way of learning something.
Exactly. As I was a teacher for actually 12 years at Hess before
cool.
I became a radio host. But yes, I noticed that many children, as long as you adapt the material, the curriculum to them, they had no trouble learning whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's just what it is. It's not a disability. It's just they are not learning according to your standards, whichever educational material writer you made the material. It's just different. It doesn't become a disability until people force them into trying to do something in a quote normal way.
That's the key, because the school is made a certain way and teachers are taught to teach a certain way, and maybe that was their experience and they fit into that mold and they loved it, and then they come back to the school and teach that way. That's where it becomes a problem.
I kept using like was it neuronormal? What I meant was neurotypical.
Okay, yeah, I was like,
thank you. That's
right,
the term. Like, I couldn't remember it, but typical is actually a much better word for it, because it's the typical way that people at this point, or up until recent years, have taught.
Like a majority.
But I am very glad that recent educational evolution has begun focusing on everybody else, because it's actually, if you start taking statistics, then it's not a small number of people who are neurospicy. So
yeah, I love the neurospicy.
Neurospicy. All the different categories of neurospicy need a lot of attention.
Yes. Things have changed a lot in Taiwan in such a short period of time, and it made me think about like how education has changed in the United States just much more slowly. So like I got to see it happen here. And so I've realized, like, with the baby boomers, there were just so many kids. They probably didn't have a chance to, like, deal with all the disabilities or not, special abilities, I guess.
Differences
that all the kids had, because they just had huge classes. Like, my husband grew up with, like, 60 kids in his class.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming my dad probably had a similar situation. I mean, maybe not in a small town, but probably in the bigger cities.
There are a substantial number of older folk, people who are, say, boomers, Gen X's, that are realizing just now that they are not neurotypical.
My uncle got diagnosed over 50.
Exactly.
ADHD,
so only because today, partly due to social media and the mass sharing on the internet, people are now making some pretty substantial self-realization. So it's good. It's good. It's fantastic. The more we share the fact that we are all weird, the more we can normalize being different.
Yeah. And I love it, because being a weird one.
Then
I'm not alone anymore.
Exactly. It's just different flavors of people. And that's what makes humanity most interesting, in my humble opinion. So if people would like to find you, like your handcrafts, your tutoring, how do people find you?
So I think people love Instagram, but I'm more active on Facebook.
Sure.
My handcrafted stuff, knitting and candles and sewed stuff, is on alisana.biz, or B-U-S. That would be biz, right? Bus. Business.
Yes.
So ALESANNA.BUS.
Cool.
For Colorize, my coloring book company that I never update, but it is available, so you can still message me on there.
Yay.
I just don't post anything. It is active. That is COLORIZE .memorize.
Oh, cute.
.by.coloring.
Okay.
Memorize by
colorize .memorize
by BY .coloring.
Okay.
And then that would be the same as my store name on Teachers Pay Teachers.
Okay.
So both of those sell my coloring book. Or you can just look for like the same name. There is a heavy metal band with the same name, but otherwise it's probably me.
I love it.
Yeah,
I will also
I stole their name.
I will also link. I will
Okay,
link.
thank
I will
you.
link you or the many links in our episode description. Should listeners want to go check out awesome stuff by Bethany.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for geeking out with me today. And thanks, listeners, for tuning into Radio Taiwan International. I'm Michelle Chang, and we'll be back next Thursday with another episode of Geek Out. And Bethany's choice for song of the episode is Paramore's Running Out of Time.
Said I was gonna take some flowers to my neighbor, but I ran out of time. Didn't wanna show up to the party empty-handed, but I ran out of time. Said I walked the dog a little further than the driveway tonight, the extra mile. Thought I sent a card with my condolences, but damn, I just ran out of time. Intentions only get you so far. What if I'm just a selfish prick? No regard. I'm always running out of time. I'm always running out of time. Never mind, I hit the snooze on my alarm 20 times, so I was just so tired. There was traffic, spilled my coffee, crashed my car, otherwise would have been here on time. Shoulda, coulda, wouldn't matter, ultimate alibi. You know it's a lie. There was a fire, metaphorically. Be there in 5, hyperbolically. Intentions only get you so far. It was on my list, that's where I meant to get to it. A harsh reality to discover. I'm always running out of time. She's always running out of time. I'm always running out of Why we gotta be in a rush? My watch is just for decoration. Look, I showed up early for once. Now that's a new sensation. We're always running out of time. She's always running out of time. I'm always running out of time. I'm always running out of time. She's always running out of time. I'm always running out of
Hi, I'm Leslie Liao. Do you love Radio Taiwan International's English content and wish it would never end? Well, who said it has to? The fun doesn't have to stop here. Check out our website, or our Facebook, or our YouTube, or our Twitter. Go to en.rti.org.tw for the latest Taiwan news stories. Check out Radio Taiwan International on Facebook to see great pictures of Taiwan. Go to youtube.com/RTI English to view some of our great features. And when you're done, tell us what you think on Twitter. Our handle is Radio Taiwan _ENG. What are you waiting for? I'm here waiting for your message.